Get to the center.
I'm gonna act like this is a mic. In 5, 4,
Yo,
3,
what's up, guys?
2. You wanna see that? Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all don't know the lyrics?
I do not know.
All I know is that oh my god. It's, and I'm okay. That's about
I'm
it.
not gonna listen to a bunch of songs by teenage girls.
We turn on this song.
You know the whole choreography.
Like, gosh, what do you think?
Like, you think I dance like that? I'm like, whoa.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Lite Talk. We are your hosts. I am Min.
I am Patrick.
I'm Stefan.
We're back, y'all.
It has been a while.
My gosh.
It's been so long,
yeah.
we lost our gear.
At this point, are you guys even surprised?
Yeah, as you can tell, we don't have mics.
We don't have mics. Even now, we're underprepared
Yeah.
and everything.
Oh, he brought his laptop, but we can't use it.
Technically, we have mics, but we don't have anything to plug it in.
Yes. So if the audio is a bit shoddy, we apologize. We hope you can
Yes.
still hear us.
And we were trying to test the audio, but we don't have a dongle to plug anything in.
So we can't even test the audio.
Okay. Hey, we're rusty. We're rusty.
In a while.
How do you do this, guys?
Oh
How
my
do you
God.
do podcasts?
What is podcasting? Do we just listen and not even talk?
Hey, at least we got the camera.
Yes. Visual. Fuck.
Well, podcast is for audio.
It's like, ain't nobody care about the visual.
Man, fuck. He's like, y'all are ugly. What? What you say? No, but it's good to be back.
Yes,
You
it's
know,
been so long.
back in my basement right
Yes.
here.
It's been a while since we all seen each other. Sort of.
Yeah.
Hang out just us.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say last week, didn't we?
Well, but like, we had Peter.
Oh right, we had Peter.
Yeah, I meant just like
Just
in
us.
this setting environment kind of.
Yeah, it's been a while. We used to do this like every week.
Yeah, we used to come to my place every single week,
Yeah.
and then we order like takeout.
Yeah.
And we
Then
watch,
watch How I Met Your
How I
Mother.
Met Your Mother.
My gosh, now we don't even do that.
It's because I finished it. I didn't need your basement anymore.
Why'd you have to add that?
I saw the mother here, so that, I'm satisfied.
As long as we saw the mother,
I saw the mother here, I'm satisfied.
we're good.
But the ending was weird. I would not have ended it that way.
Oh, the
How I Met Your Mother.
yeah, it was stupid.
I could see where they were going, but I didn't like it.
Yeah, no. I think the way it ended, I was like, okay, I saw it, but I'm like, why?
Yeah.
But why'd you do that?
I get it.
But
Why
did you
though?
do that way?
Why?
Why introduce us to the mother for only? By the way, spoiler alert. Why did you introduce us to the mother in the last season?
And she barely comes
And then-
out.
Kill her off.
Oh, she.
Oh.
So I said spoiler alert, and I didn't think that Patrick would be spoiled.
She dies.
Oh, she died.
For some random
How did she
disease.
die?
We don't.
Oh, disease.
Yeah, it's just a disease we don't know, bro.
That's kind of stupid.
That's
kind
what
of
I'm saying.
whack.
You know, you remember the first episode
Yeah.
where Ted tries to impress Robin with the blue horn?
Mm-hmm.
In the last episode, they're like 40 or 50 years old.
Yeah.
He steals a balloon trumpet and goes to her house, Robin's house.
And does the same thing again. So it's like a, yeah. It was just like pretty clever, but at the same time, it's fucking stupid.
Okay, now I understand. I see why.
Yeah.
Like-
that's why so many people hated it.
I can see why now.
Yeah.
That's kind of stupid.
But yeah. Well, speaking of growing up and aging.
Yeah.
Wow, that's perfect.
Yeah.
We didn't even plan that.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting old,
Speaking of getting old, if you guys don't realize, because I mean, we take care of ourselves, we look young.
I mean, yeah, we could pass, you know.
I didn't shave though, but if you didn't realize, we are growing up. We are adulting.
Yes.
Hence why we're not able to record as often as we'd like to.
Yes.
Because we have life going on. And I think some of us, or actually, well no, all three of us hit that quarter life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, age-wise.
Yeah, age-wise, we hit that quarter life.
You know, this
And
is
I don't know if some of us hit the crisis
this
yet.
is kind of unrelated, but when you said life, I thought you said wife, and I was like, wife.
I'm like, I have an announcement.
Hey, yo.
That's why we didn't have a podcast.
I was like, what?
Everyone comes out of the club like, what the fuck?
Comes out of that.
Who is that?
She's like, I'm hungry, babe. I'm like, shut up.
Go back.
Go back. It's not your time yet.
First of
Damn.
all, I know that's a black closet with no light, so why is she in there?
She likes to be in the dark. No, but yeah, we meant life.
Yes, sorry.
But
Continue.
no. But yeah, as if you guys didn't tell, we have other things going on in our lives. We have full-time jobs.
Yes.
And we have other things outside of our jobs too
Yes.
that we need to be doing.
Yes.
Hence why it's stressful and it's kind of hard
Yes.
to record these videos.
It
And
is.
that's what we're gonna kind of talk about today, like what we've been doing, how we've been managing our time, what we like about adulting, what we really don't like about adulting. Maybe there's some in the middle.
Right.
I don't know their perspectives, but I have my own life
Okay.
experiences with that.
Mm.
So yeah, we're just gonna talk about that for today.
Got it.
Yes.
So
Do you want to start us off then?
yeah,
You sound passionate.
You sound like you want something off your chest.
He's also the one who came up with today's topic.
yes.
Yeah.
So like yesterday,
Take the reins.
yesterday, some background. Stefan asked us if we wanted to hang out. You know, it's been a while since we all hung out
Yes.
as like the boys.
The boys.
So I'm like, hell yeah, no, because I didn't have classes today.
Mm.
You know, anytime I don't have classes, I'm like down to do a lot of things.
Yes, sir.
So I was like, yeah, we're not, and then we were trying to think of what to do before we try to go out to eat dinner. Saw the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so I came up with the topic adulting because we can't come up with we can't have the time to do a podcast.
Yeah.
But yes, adulting kind of sucks for me right now.
Right
'Cause
now.
I think right now because I'm like really busy and transitioning into a new career. It's like very stressful. I didn't think it'd be that stressful, but it is pretty stressful.
Oh, really?
I bet.
Yeah, it's pretty stressful because
Okay.
like I guess depending on the new career that you're gonna take a part of, it's like, oh, you have a certain requirements you have to meet.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm,
So for me, I'm trying to get into the education world, which if you guys know, if you guys don't know, I'm trying to be a teacher. So I'm like taking these classes, and it's like random days throughout the weekdays or sometimes even Saturdays, which is why I'm occupied. It's like those assignments are so. It's like tedious assignments. It's like a waste of time.
yeah.
You know,
Well,
some of
your
the
classes, right? You
yeah,
probably
some of the
have
classes, yes. Like I think majority actually of the classes are like a waste of time. I'm not gonna lie to you, because there's a thing called
Are you okay with sharing all this?
huh?
Are you okay with
Yeah, I'm not gonna name names.
Alright.
So there's like a technology course that we have to take, right? Man, I already know everything, and it's kind of pointless, and it feels weird because I think I know more than the teacher itself who's teaching
Oh,
us. Yeah, because it's the teacher's like showing us like Google Classroom and like Google Forms and like Google Drive and all that. I'm like, I already know this. I did this in college,
You can Google that.
and you can Google it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, dude.
It's not that hard. Just like, let's be honest.
And the assignments that we do in that class is like kind of pointless. Cause like there's like a thing that we had to do, assignment that we had to do. It's like we were assigned an application that we could use as teachers. You know, there's like apps and all that.
Yeah.
And there's like majority of those apps are like pointless and stupid. And like the one I had to do was very stupid, unless it's for like an art class. Cause mine was like something about drawing on a tablet or a computer or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's so stupid.
Okay.
Why the heck would I ever use this?
That's
Is it like a whiteboard so you can like sit at your desk?
Hmm?
Is it like a whiteboard feature?
It's kind of like that.
So like you could sit at your desk and draw whatever math formula, whatever picture,
Yeah, it's like
whatever
kind of like
graph,
that, and then you could like attach stickers. You could add text.
biology, you know.
It's like a paint. You know that paint
Microsoft
thing?
Paint.
Microsoft Paint. It's exactly like that.
Okay.
Except I don't know if Microsoft Paint can change backgrounds. Can you do that?
I don't know how to use Microsoft
I haven't used Microsoft Paint in like
Well,
years.
it's like very very similar.
Elementary school.
Elementary school.
But it's like very similar, and I was like, there's no fucking point.
Okay.
Yeah, and like, dang, not gonna lie, man. You know, I kind of hate older people now. Not gonna lie, cause like, oh my god, my class, I'm like the youngest one of the youngest ones
Yeah, I bet.
in that class, and all these other people are like retired or like middle-aged or older, right?
Right.
I don't think there's like anyone maybe like my age, except for one other person.
Okay.
So like all these older ones who have no idea what technology is, and it's like, I get it. They want to ask a lot of questions because they don't know anything, right? But
Right.
like, if you just paid attention up front, because the teacher does it so slowly, where it's like you want to rush past it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she's like clicking so slowly, and then sometimes she goes backwards, like, oh, let me show that again. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, we already got to that.
So you just click the button.
Like you just
I got
clicked
it.
it. I know where we went. I can read. It says go to Google Classrooms. Gosh.
Oh, she's like literally showing you how to get there.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, I know. It's not that hard. But like, I understand, I guess, well, I can't tell you because like they're older and they grew up in a generation where it's like they didn't have technology. But it's like for me, it's like frustrating. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not that hard. How are you gonna? And in my mind, I'm like, how are you gonna teach students then? You know, how to get to their computers and log in.
Yeah. If you don't know how to do it.
Right. So I'm just like, ooh. And then like some of these there's this one classmate, and I know I'm like going on and off about my classroom. You know, like this is mostly what I'm stressed out about.
No,
Like, the classes that I'm taking right now. I'm so happy once it's May and it'll be over. Like mid-May. Yeah, so it'll be a while. But like there's this one classmate. Holy shit. She says the most irrelevant shit. It's like to the point where I think even the teacher gets annoyed.
Oh really?
It's bad.
Is she middle-aged too?
She's like old.
Okay.
She's like, she could be in her 60s.
Yikes.
Oh my.
But like,
It's pretty old.
it's so annoying what she talks about. She thinks she's like,
The hot shit.
she thinks she's like all about the morals and ethics. But like, you gotta be realistic in a classroom too. She's like, oh, you got to understand about the children's background and like, they're all, he's like, you gotta give them compassion. She used that word compassion, the word compassion a lot. I'm like, lady, stop.
Wait, what? Like, I mean, like.
She's she's like some other teacher. I'm just like, dude.
As much as you're willing to share, as
Uh-huh.
much as you can share.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what came up that she was like, oh, you have to be compassionate.
It's like so I'm trying to think of like a prime example because I was so annoyed every time.
No,
every
her was
time.
compassion.
Oh, like it's like always about compassion, and it's just like, dude. Sometimes you just like there are some students who are just like bad because they're bad, right? Not because like they have like family background. Because I know there's some students who have like pretty bad family backgrounds and they just want to cause trouble, right? But there's some kids who just attention seekers, right? Who just does some stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, but you gotta show compassion for them. I'm like, no, not all the time. Not all the time. Like, you act as if all these children are saints. They're not all saints. It's a real life. This is real. You know?
I feel like kids these days are worse
Yeah.
than when you were in like school.
And like, it's also kind of the parents' fault because like, they're like spoil their kids so they think they could do whatever they want. But she's like, oh, you gotta show. Then you're just spoiling them even more.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, stop talking about like, stop trying to be all like high up there, like, oh, you're like a saint. And she's like, she always preaches about like, because she's a Christian, right? So she like preaches about like, oh God, it's like praise God and everything. I'm like, okay, well, you can't really implement like religion because it's kind of like a policy thing too. You know, you can't really say what religion you are and like base like all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh, lady, I get it. You're like really nice, but you need to relax, you know? And oh my gosh, I hate like side commentary when like a teacher's talking. She does a lot of side commentary.
Oh, the teacher herself is like.
So the teacher's like, giving out a lesson, right? Or maybe giving a life story. This lady's like, it's like so loud. She's like,
Wait, what? The other.
The classmate, yeah. She's like, and then she laughs loud. She's like, it's like obnoxious laughing. Like, cause I don't know if it's fake or not. I'm like, are you just trying to get a reaction or something?
It's like,
and like, oh my gosh, and like, last thing about this lady.
Oh, it's the same lady.
Yeah, it's the same lady. She's like doing a lot of things that's like annoying a lot of people, and I think the classmates realize it too. So like, we were presenting our lesson plans. Like, so lesson plans are like lessons you plan on giving out to the students, and like hence lesson plan. So there was like one classmate who went out, shared the lesson plan, right? The teacher was teaching the class. He's like, okay, so what are some clarifying questions you have about the lesson? So you know what clarifying questions are, right? Like if there's any things you need like clarifications on or ask questions about, like that you need to understand more. This lady asked a relevant question. She's like, can you go back to the PowerPoint slides and like go back to slide number 3 and 5? I just want to know what that's about. I'm like, he's not trying to teach you a class right now. He's trying to show you the lesson plan. The class is showing you what his organization is and how he's going to present it. It's not about the lesson itself.
It's not about the content.
So we were, I don't know if all were, I shook my head so hard. And thank God I was sitting all the way in the back of the classroom because I was getting pissed. I'm like, you are wasting everyone's time by asking such a stupid ass question.
Did he go back? Or did
The teacher was like, hey, the student's name, hey, it's like, you can say that question for another time. I said clarifying questions, right? And then she kind of like snapped back. She's like, oh no, but like, I can ask the clarifying question if I see the Google Slides. I'm like, no, you fucking can't. You're asking about the subject. You're not asking about the lesson plan.
Did the other classmate go back?
No, he didn't. Cause she's like, okay, but and then she like gave in after like a little going back and forth with
Oh
the
my
teacher.
gosh, she went back and forth.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, bitch, like shut the fuck up. You're not asking about the lesson plan, you're asking about the subject itself, which was stupid. That's why I think some grown folk are stupid. Oh my gosh. But that's my adulting life a little bit, you know, the classes. And I feel
Classes.
yeah. But before I go off too tangent, I want to hear you guys. I feel like I talked a bit too much.
I don't know if I want to complain.
No. It's like
It's not really complaining. It's just like how's your
How's adulting?
how's adulting? Yeah.
so far, or what you've been up to?
Yeah, something? Sure.
Do you?
Like for me, it's like literally just the same. I'm just like working,
Uh-huh.
and then working on like side projects,
Mhm.
side passions.
Like what?
Yo, what are your side projects?
Well, just to go off like work, because we're on topic of work.
Mhm.
Like work is work, right?
Mhm.
Right.
And then I think like you, like I'm starting to realize personality traits and quirks of coworkers
Okay.
that I like and don't like.
You
Like,
just start to notice.
My coworkers would tell me like things that are like, oh man, like when you work with this person, be careful, like you know, expect this or that, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, at the time I was new, so I'm like, okay, and I was understanding. It's fine, like you don't have to, like don't worry. I was like, you need help, I got you, right?
Uh-huh.
And that's time because I'm like, why are you like? I'm like, I helped you with this. Like, how did you break it again? Like, there's this one time, right? Like, their monitor wasn't working, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, there's so much I can do to help you with the monitor, right? I went in and setting, I changed the like display resolution and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wiggled it around. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, right?
Yeah.
And then I updated her firmware. There just happened to be a firmware for monitors.
Uh-huh.
And I guess that did it, right? And you know, like computers, like you just have to like literally sometimes you just gotta shut them off, right?
Yeah.
Come like the drivers malfunction, like the firmware isn't like synced or whatever,
Yeah.
like whatever, right? You just gotta shut down. Like they think shutting down is like for those who are like listening, like you're just closing your laptop screen.
Yeah.
Like they think that's like I asked them like, have you shut down your computer? Because I'm like, my computer's not working. Like it's so slow. I'm like, that's impossible. Your computer is brand freaking new. I know what model. I know your specs. There's no shot it's slow. And I know what kind of work you do. You don't. You're not pushing the computer at all, right? I'm like, when's the last time you shut down your computer? She's like, oh, last night. And like this was before I like knew, right? So I was like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. Like why would it be so slow?
Right.
And then I found out there's a way to check the computer's uptime.
Yeah.
Well, on Windows, by going to Control or Task Manager.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I checked, it's up for like 2 weeks. The uptime is like 14 days. I'm like, you shut down yesterday? And she's like, yeah, I closed my monitor. And I was like, I closed my laptop. And I was like, but did you shut down? And she's like, no.
I think she took shut down as literally just shutting her laptop down.
And I was like,
Ma'am.
So I just like, alright, just shut down. I'm gonna restart. No, I didn't just restart because sometimes restarting doesn't, like, restart the uptime cycle.
Yeah.
It still considers it being on,
Yeah.
even though you restart. So I shut down, and then it went out. And it was still a little slow, right? Because like, I mean, you shut down and then you turn it back up right away, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, it's still a little slow. I'm like, I can't help you with that. Like, you just gotta wait to give it a few more. Like, shut down tonight, right?
Right.
And then next day she's like, oh, it's working great. And it's just like stuff like that. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know why, like, we give them all the tools they need.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, okay, well, I guess for all on tangents, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm in IT, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, we like to give the newest technologies, right? As we should to compete in this market, right?
Yeah.
Like, we should use like, new technology, right? And like that comes with, implementing and like getting used to certain things, right? Which can be difficult, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's a reason we're giving it to you, right? Some of them are necessities. Some of them are we thinking improve your workflow productivity, and they always complain or not complain. They're always about like productivity. I'm like, what this is for. And anyways, but like and then like they just are so like people just don't want to accept that. I'm like helping them like figure it out, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. Why are we doing this? And I'm like. I don't want to. I can't say right now why we're doing this, right?
Yeah.
Public, but like there's a reason we had to do this, right? Just told them the reason.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, but like why do I have to do this? Like, isn't there a better way? I'm like, I'm doing my job.
Man, I don't come up with this.
Like, I don't like. I really want like what I really want to say was like. I really don't care if you use this or not, right?
Yeah.
To be honest, if I could, I would not teach you right now. You're wasting my time. But this is my damn job.
I'm just doing what I'm told to do. Fuck!
I thought we're both trying to go home.
That's such a mood, though.
I think now that we're talking about this, it's just like when we're growing up, we just realize how like annoying other people can be. We realize the stupidity, and also we can be maybe hypocritical maybe later on in life, because then we will be the same people.
You know, like
Could be.
Yeah, we could be the same people who would just complain about.
After saying that, I told myself, right,
Uh-huh.
I am never gonna be like that. I mean, who knows, right?
Who
There might
knows,
become a
yeah.
time in my life where I do think there's a time in your life where you just can't keep up with technology, right? But I told myself like, as long as I'm professionally working, I am not gonna like, I'm gonna like listen, and then if I decide not to use it, I'm just not gonna use it. But I refuse to like reject new technology. Yeah.
I'm gonna try my best to keep up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And, like if they were just watching and keeping up, in the end they're like, I still can't figure this out. Like and then they do everything I told them, and then I just don't get it. I'm like, that's different, right?
Yeah.
But like I'm in the middle of it. They're like, oh my gosh, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do, dog? Like
dog.
I don't know. It's just so much stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's annoying, and I mean, like I love my coworkers, right?
Yeah.
Like overall, it's just a good working environment, and like
It's just like those time to time moments.
yeah, it's
You're
just
just like fuck.
I can't. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Like I think there was a few times where I was just quiet because I had no idea what to say. I was like, I don't know how to respond to this.
Yeah, you're just like fuck. I don't know. Shit.
And I can't even do that, right? I can't be like, fuck, I don't know, like, damn.
No,
Like,
fuck. Just turn it on and off.
I'm like, I don't know, it's just small stuff like that.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
But what about you, Patrick?
Are we ranting or?
Oh, I guess like.
I feel like you just talk about it.
Like, no,
you know
we
what?
started talking about like adulting, but then we started going off on a tangent. Like fuck, about like the people that is a part of our adulting life.
Well, for me, I don't really have like issues with people, because I think my coworkers are really cool. I
Nice.
never really had a problem with them, which is why I like working at this place, and probably work here for a little bit before looking for a new job. But I am starting the process of like doing things to get like a better job.
Right.
Like a better position is what I think.
I think you should be.
Yeah, I'm starting to do it now.
Yeah.
So like the past few weeks I've been doing a lot of like coding. So like my brain hurts. Like I'm so tired, man. Like I think my eyes are going bad too.
Oh.
Cause like my eyes like blur a lot.
Oh,
You should get
the blue light.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been thinking about getting blue light glasses because I've been staring at a screen for way too long. Because in the past, I wasn't coding that much. I was helping like people with like website issues.
Yeah.
Like how do I check my orders?
Yeah.
I don't know. Go to the orders tab. Maybe, I don't know. Try that. But I've been helping them with that. But recently, I've been doing a lot of like actually,
like typing,
like
actually
making the websites and stuff.
Like,
So
at work or
at work, yeah. So recently, I've been working on a new site for a new like company that joined with us. But I think my only like complaint about that is I don't like our system that kind of like, I don't want to be too technical because I don't want people to be like, oh, this is boring. Like I don't care about technical talk, but the system that we have that creates these like websites for these clients are really stupid. Is all I gotta say. It's really dumb because I think Stefan, I don't know if Min knows, but I think Stefan, you might know a little bit about web dev, but you know how like the content on the page is with HTML, right?
Yeah.
And how to style it is CSS,
Yeah.
and everything else is JavaScript or whatever.
Yeah.
The logic and stuff, but I can't edit the HTML file.
Dude.
So like now you can see
Let me
like
complain, dude. We use a software for like something like that, right?
yeah.
And I'm like, polish. Like through HTML, I know how to do it, right? I'm like, I can fix this. They're like my company would tell me like, can we not do it like this or that? I'm like, I know how to do it like that.
Yeah.
But I can't access it. All I can do is change the header, like add paragraphs, and add images.
I don't have full access.
Yeah.
Like, that's the issue. And it's not like because they don't give me access, it's because the way they set it up, they can't change it suddenly. They have to change everything.
Or you might crash the website.
Yeah, it might crash the website, exactly. And we have a hosting service. So we can't like separate it. We can't replace it. You can't just take one and be like, oh, let's throw an HTML in here. We can't do that.
I think that's the thing people in other like departments don't understand.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, just like you tell them why and they're like, just move it.
Yeah, they're
I'm like, okay. And then the shit breaks. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like,
Yeah.
I told like, what did I say?
No, legit. Their mentality is like, just download the HTML file and edit it. I'm like, I wish I can't.
No,
I would if I could.
It's like you could,
Yeah.
but there's no way to re-upload it.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't re-upload it. It's impossible. They don't have it. So it's like we use a service where it kind of automatically generates the HTML based on what you have. So I can only edit the CSS stuff. And it's such a pain because like the website I'm making for this current client right now is very similar to our base template.
Yeah.
Like, we have a base template. So luckily all the HTML is there. But they want certain things that are different from the base template. But I can do it so easily if I could edit the HTML file, but I can't do it. So I have to do another workaround. So I have to start using like jQuery or JavaScript or whatever. Like, and I don't know crap about that. Well, I do a little bit, but I don't know how to like implement it.
Yeah.
I know like the syntax and stuff.
That requires more logic.
Yeah, it's way more
actual,
logic. Yeah.
Getting into like the code. Yeah.
So I literally spent like a week or two like just figuring out how to do one thing. Like just one thing.
Oh.
Because it's very important. Because they like for an example, they want to click on like a tab, and when you click on it, it like the text bolds and the background changes.
Oh,
like the
so
background color changes. It's so easy, but I went to the inspect tool. Every single one of those buttons are the same class, so I can't individually change them. So I have to use jQuery to change the class names and then change it back. I'm like, oh my god, this is so annoying.
Dude,
I can't do this.
I had something like this week. I had to hyperlink something, right? Like a hyperlink something, it changes like the color.
Yeah.
And I knew people would bitch to me if I just gave it to them like that, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna fix this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have access to CSS. I can just change the color, right? But I can't. I don't have access to CSS. I'm like, what the fuck? And then like I can just type in blue, right?
Right.
Or like style blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a specific shade of blue.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know what shade of blue this is. I literally had to save our website, publish it. You know that inspect page?
Yeah. Inspect, yeah.
I literally scrolled through everything. I looked through like which like div, what section, and then I had to go into the CSS. I'm like, oh, this and this, and like there's 3 different blues on there, or 2 different blues. I had to copy and paste both of the blue, like the hex code or whatever.
Yeah,
the
color code. Yeah.
And I had to test on all of them, and then it still wasn't working. I'm like, why is it not working? And then like they're like, oh, use text, like you can like cancel out like non like text decoration.
Yeah.
I can do that in HTML. Because I can't just like how you can like create like that section like tag in HTML.
Yeah.
We can't do that because I don't have access to full HTML.
Yeah, exactly.
So it would just show up as a section and list a bunch of things if I publish.
Yeah, exactly.
So I literally had to like Google that crap.
Yeah,
and test
me too.
it because there's like 5 different methods on Google. And I was like,
Ew.
dude,
Yeah.
oh my god.
It's a pain. Like you kind of see what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's very tough. So I've been like working on that. Like just changing one little color took me a week because I couldn't figure out how to change it when you click on it. Because they're all the same name.
Right.
So if you click on one, it'll change the color for all of them because they all have the same name.
Yeah.
I can't like independently change it because they have the same name. I can't change the HTML file. All I had to do was change the class name of one of them on the HTML file and then change it in CSS. It'll be done in 5 seconds. But I can't change the HTML. I'm so frustrated. I'm like, dude, why is it so hard? But like, luckily, like my coworkers, like my team lead, she's the one who gave this project to me. She understands. She's like, don't you just love how much divs they like nested? They're all the same names.
I don't know why they do that.
Well, thank God your team lead understands.
Yeah, she's like, I understand. Like, don't you just love all those nested divs and all those same class names? I'm like, yeah, it's tough. And she's like, yeah, it's a pain.
shit.
Dude, honestly, like, I feel so much better when my coworkers agree with me.
Yeah.
Because I would, like, they ask me for updates sometimes, right? Like, how's everything going? And I just tell them stuff like this. Like, I'm like, it's okay. Like, they just, like, I say it nicely for them. Like, oh, they just refuse technology.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my gosh, like, who'd you help? And they're like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry to go through that.
Oh,
And then like people like I helped before, they're like, who do you have like like who do you still have to help? And I'm like, oh, I just give a list. They're like, ooh.
Interesting.
They're like, oh, no wonder you had a good time so far. You didn't help them? Yeah. I was like,
oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, but basically, yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of like side projects. I've been making a lot of like, or I would look up a lot of like project ideas, and I would just work on it because after that little dilemma, I'm like, dang, I really need to learn how to do workarounds. I can't just depend on HTML because not every company's gonna be like, here's the HTML file, you can edit it. You know, they have services like this, so I'm trying to learn more like logic so I can change it easily. So
that's true.
yeah, so that's like most of my time.
I feel like this has become more of a venting session.
Yeah.
I mean, but like all in all, I feel like no matter where you go, what you do, you always have that thing. It's not like a big thing. It's just that thing that's just like, oh my god, I can't wait to deal with that.
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, I don't know, I can't speak for you guys, but like I feel like the things I enjoy about my work outweigh the things I don't like about work.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's why I'm still working at where I'm at, and why I
Yeah.
still do what I do, right? I think ultimately, like, yeah, we like everyone's gonna have things they don't like, people like things people complain about, like people who they I feel like can't stand or work with, but overall, you know they're good people. You know it's a good place. You enjoy the work, so that's why.
They mean well.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just some shit you just gotta go through.
Yeah, and like for me, like it's frustrating, but when I get it working, it's very satisfying because I did that. You know, I didn't copy and paste or nothing. I'm just like, I gotta change everything.
Right.
So it's very satisfying because I did end up getting it working like literally yesterday. Like I finished that yesterday, and I probably need to like have them look it over on Monday because we have a graphic designer that kind of checks everything, but she's probably gonna be very unhappy because mine was like very messy. But hopefully like everything works. You know, that's all that matters.
That's true. Yeah.
But
yeah. Well, yeah. I guess part of growing up, you just have a lot more stress.
Yeah.
You know.
It's good stress in a way.
It's good and bad, I guess.
Like,
I guess
it's good that this is the only things we're stressed about.
Yeah, it's like work.
Yeah.
Actually, no, there's some stuff outside of work too.
Oh yeah, we don't have
There's some outside of work too, but like it's whatever. Yeah. But okay, so we have kind of like the bad. Actually, I want to add on to a little bit of bad. Okay. I want to add on a little bit.
Let me speak on a little more.
Let's add a little negativity. A little bit more.
This episode is things we don't like about.
It's like just a little bit more.
Next episode is what we like about.
It's what we like, and it'll be a 10-minute episode.
We're like, yeah.
This is Lite Talk. Anybody? No.
Yeah, and 10 minutes, like, yeah, I'm able to breathe.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys.
But I think nowadays, it's cause I don't know if you guys are, but like I think it's cause my schedule is like kind of busy.
Yeah.
It's kind of mundane in a sense.
Like
it's like it's repeating now. It's like I go like work is like fun and all.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy it, but then once I get home, I just do the same thing.
It's the same routine.
I work out, I eat, and then I just watch either dramas or watch any videos on YouTube, and then I just fall asleep.
And wake up the next morning.
And then wake up and the same thing, you know, or again wake up the same time, do the same thing. It's like at a certain point, it's like very routine. And I don't know. I'm just like I don't know if I need more excitement now, you know. But at the same time, like I think to myself, like, do I have time for that excitement? You know. Because just doing the eating and working out alone takes a bit of time, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, should I pick up another hobby? Should I like do something else just to keep myself excited? Or like, should I play guitar again? Or something like that. You know, I have those thoughts in my head. Yeah. So I'm just like, oh man. And I'm like at the quarter life too. And like, we always bring it back to this, but like relationships and stuff, I'm just like, oh man, should I be dating right now? Or like, do I even have time to date as well?
Yeah.
Because like, you know, if you're dating, you want to like give that time to that person, you know? But for me, time is precious.
Right.
It's very precious. So I'm just like, oh, I don't know. That's what I'm kind of like stressed out about. Like growing up, now that I'm like adulting and we have like full-time jobs, we gotta make money.
Yes.
And I'm also thinking, and I'm like, we can't live with. Right now we're living with our families.
Yeah.
And sooner or later we're gonna have to move out.
Mm-hmm.
Sooner or later we're gonna have to move out. So I have that thought in my head also.
Yeah.
And sooner or later I'm gonna have to buy a car because my car's gonna break down eventually.
Oh yeah, you definitely do.
It's hella old.
You definitely do.
I'm gonna need to buy a new car. I'm gonna have finances that I have to pay for too that my parents can't provide anymore.
Yep.
And I'm just like, fuck. That's what I'm like thinking of. So I'm like, I need to be in like a steady. Maybe it's because like I'm not in like my income right now.
Phases.
Yeah. Maybe my income right now isn't like helping because I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah, true.
My one paycheck alone, doesn't even cover my whole monthly credit card bill.
Really?
Yeah.
So how have you been paying your?
So I have a bunch in my savings account because I've saved up for my previous job. So I sometimes dig into that.
Okay.
But like I think I've been getting pretty good at like my spending, because now I've just been paying for like gas and like stuff that I actually need.
Yeah.
Not like actually going out and paying for like shit like and like shopping. I haven't shopped or anything like that at all either. So I'm just like, that's part of adulting too. You need a budget.
Yeah.
You need a budget well, by the way, y'all.
You can't be just spending.
Yeah, if you're trying to buy like a house, a car, if you're ready for that next step in your life, marriage, weddings, you need a budget.
Oh my dude.
That's what I realized, and like, because when you're in college, you don't really think about budget because you're broke anyways. Yeah. So
you just fantasize about it one day.
You can fantasize.
One day I'll be married.
One day I'll have a big
college,
house.
Because in college, I'm like, oh, that's future me problem. So I'm like, future me will have it all together. I'll have money in the future. I'm in the future now.
Hey, future me, say, hi, past me.
Hi,
I'm here.
You broke. Get your life together. So that's what I think, like budgeting and all that is just like, fuck. That's when it hit me. I'm like, this is adulting.
Yeah.
So Vin's been going through stuff. That's why.
I think that's why I've been going through stuff. I'm like, fuck. I need to actually think about my finances.
Yeah.
Think about my actual social life too. Because if I become like, let's say I keep continuing on with like what I'm doing, I'll be like, I know I'll be like depressed later on. I'm like,
let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I would just go off my experience.
Yeah.
I think you're in your quarter life. That's exactly what happened to me.
Oh shit.
At one point in my life, I think I was in my room and I was watching YouTube and I was like, the fuck am I doing right now? I was literally like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I was like, what the f-? And then I was like, my life is like, things have been repeating, right? And I'm like, nothing is improving. Like, work sucks. This was a time where I was like, work sucks, right? Work sucks, and like, I was like, oh my gosh, like nothing's happening to me, and like, it was the same thing. I was like, I'm broke.
Dude, that quarter life hits.
Dude, you're in your early stages, dude. Give me a few more weeks.
Oh my gosh, dude. This quarter life crisis sucks.
Dude, like, when I was like younger than I am now, right? You hear like people saying like, yo, the quarter life crisis, and like, I went through like whatever, and it's like bullshit. It's just because like you were weak, right? like you didn't know what you want. Right. I'm like, damn, I'm weak. I'm weak. I didn't find those people and apologize.
No, because I thought the same way. I was just like, oh, quarter life crisis is such a made up thing. It's because in my mind, I'm like, it's because you don't get your life together, right? Because I was prideful. I was just like, dude, you don't get your life together. I'm like, fuck! I don't got my life together. What am I doing?
Dude, I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna help you out a little bit.
Okay.
With my small amount of experience I have with you guys, right? Like, you know how people say don't compare yourself? To literally, like, there was a time during that quarter life I was comparing myself, and I got mad sad. I don't think I was depressed. I'm not gonna use that word because I think it has a heavier meaning these days. But I was just like mad sad, dude. I was just like, I was just like sitting in my room. I was like, what the fuck? And I was just like cursing and like I had all these like weird negative thoughts, you know, and like literally I was like, damn. I was thinking of like drinking. I was like, man, I really want to drink.
Yeah.
Remember that time in our life when we were I don't know about you now, but like remember when we drank for almost every weekend?
Yeah.
That's when I was like depressed as fuck. I was like,
Oh.
and like that's when I was like, dude, I know why people drink.
Yeah.
It's because their life fucking sucks.
It hits.
And like when you're drunk, like everything seems sort of like out there, like and then you wake up the next day and you're like, fuck, damn it.
I'm even more miserable.
I need to drink more.
I need to go out. Like I can't stay home. I don't want to be alone in my thoughts.
Do you think social media is like a factor in like that whole comparison thing?
Yes.
Because I think for me that was.
Oh really?
Because like every time I check Instagram, like I don't even check like LinkedIn anymore, but like back then I used to check LinkedIn a lot. And like every time I see someone, they post I got promoted or I got moved to a new job where it's like a big ass company, right? So I'm like, fuck, right? So I'm like, shit, what am I doing? And then I think back, I'm like looking back in my life, I'm like, oh man, what have I done with my life? You know, and I try to compare their upbringing with my upbringing too. Like I think about their past, right? Because some of them I went to school with, like high school and all that. I'm like, these guys were like pieces of shit. These guys were dumb as fuck. Right? And me, I tried hard in high school. You know, I tried to pass, and they're the ones who cheat off me sometimes. So I'm like, fuck. And what did I end up with? They went to like a good school, like college, right? And I went. I'm not saying our college was bad, right? But like, when people talk about colleges, our college isn't like brought up as like a high standard kind of thing. So I was like, fuck. And then we kept on drifting. And then I see their pay, they're like making 6 figures already. We're only making above like 50K, right? And I'm just like, fuck, right?
Oh my gosh.
And that's when I was just like, and then I'm looking at Instagram too, people are traveling. I'm like, they're like going places, right? They're going abroad or they're going like.
You're talking about people we know.
Yeah, I'm talking about people we know.
Oh, okay.
Like not even strangers, because I don't care about strangers. But I'm talking about people we know and like I actually like grew up with, like not close, but like, grew up with, right? They're like going to Asia, they're going to Europe and all that. I'm like, they're getting married, having kids. I'm just like, I'm like looking back. I shut my phone off, right? And you know it's like the black screen, right? I see my face. That's when it hit so hard. And you know what? My face wasn't even smiling when I saw myself. It was a frowning face. I wasn't smiling at all.
Oh my god.
I wasn't happy for them. I wasn't even excited. I was pissed off at myself. Oh my god, that's when I knew.
K-drama?
Yeah, it was like my own K-drama moment and it hit so bad.
Dude, no, but I relate so hard.
Oh
I
my
literally
God.
had that. Because like we're in IT, right? But I feel like my job isn't, like the current job isn't like the IT people think about, right? When people say IT, they think CS and stuff. I'm not in CS like that, right? And then like when people are like, oh, I'm working at Google or some shit, and they're like, oh, I got promoted, like you said. I'm like, fuck, I should have done CS in college.
Yeah.
I should have like concentrated better. Even in ICE, like our major ISON, like I could have concentrated a bit deeper, right? But I was like,
Because you think back like on your own things, like maybe I should have corrected some stuff. Like maybe I should have changed my major. Maybe I should have like done all that stuff. Then maybe I'll be like successful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then like you just like, I don't know if I didn't have that exact moment, but there's a time in my life where I had that moment where I was just like staring at something. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was just like staring. And I was like, fuck.
And then I recount all the things I did in my life. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, that's when I'm like, fuck. I really want to go back. And like that's when like the negative thoughts come in.
Patrick, I think me and Stefan like we voiced out a lot about that. But did you have anything experience with that? Because you hit 25 as well.
Like crisis?
Yeah. You hit 25 around the same time I did.
That is true, yes. I don't think I've had like a quarter life crisis yet. Yet. But
watch out next episode.
Next episode, guys.
We're done. We're over that.
We're over it.
You should have talked back then. But yeah, I don't really think about like future me too much right now, because you know I feel like if I did, I'd be feeling the same as you guys. Yeah. But and also I don't use social media that much, so I don't really do the whole like comparing thing. Like I barely use Instagram. Literally, the only thing I use Instagram for is I literally get on and I see like close friends stories and I get back off. That's literally all I do. So like, yeah.
That's true.
Social
You never
media,
like
social media.
you never like look back on like your other friends is like how they're doing
No.
and their like successes. With
No.
Wow.
I don't really care. I'm like they have their life, I have mine.
So I need your mentality.
No, it's because like I understand that feeling like you're like, oh my gosh, like especially you're feeling like, oh, I should have done better back then and stuff.
Yeah.
And like your issue like the friends that you kind of grew up with, like, they're like off doing like amazing things, you're just here like staring at your face on a bike screen.
That just might be me, okay? I was like, fuck.
But like I tend to think of it like I'm like, for me, I'm grateful to have what I have right now instead of like trying to be like, oh, I should have been at Google, I should have been at Amazon, blah blah blah. But you know, I'm grateful to have the job I have right now. I'm grateful to be in like a good household. I'm grateful to have like
the position
that I'm in. I could be so much worse.
That is true.
But I'm grateful enough because I hear a lot of stories about people like they're off terrible, like, you know, they're homeless or like they still can't find jobs. They're still struggling. They're still studying. They go back to school, like all that. They have options and stuff. But like I'm like kind of settled. You know, I have a job. I'm working there, so I have the experience. Blah blah blah. So I don't really think about like what I should have done, but like, I mean,
that's true.
We're only like 25. Yeah. Like we're still young.
It's stuff like that helped me overcome it.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
you think back,
because you know, you see social media. Well, you might not know, but you see social media, and by the time people are 30, they're like you said, they're married, they have kids, they have a big ass house, a nice ass car, they're doing all these things, they're settled in their career. And you're like, fuck, I'm 25, I only have 5 more years. But when you think about it, like, I'm like, dang, I'm only 25 to figure it out, right? And you see, like, you know, and like, it was really just like, damn, like, if I keep this up, like, I don't know what's gonna happen to me, right? If I keep like doing this, I was like, I really had to be like, all right, like, when I see people, I'm like, good for them. Obviously, like, sometimes I'm like, fuck, like, I get a little like jealous, and I'm like, fuck, right? But like, I literally have to shut those thoughts out. I gotta be like, you know what? They have their life, I have mine, and then I think, like the whole like where I'm at now, I am grateful. Like I mean, I complain and bitch a lot, right? But you know, in the end, I'm grateful for where I'm at. I'm grateful for all I have, right? I don't take any of that for granted. But like literally, like when you stop like thinking about like what like you said, what I should, I still do that actually, but more like stop comparing. Like, okay, they're doing their life. Like, how do I change, or what should I do now?
Right.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know if this would help you, or like maybe you in the future, but like, there was a time when I like sat down by myself, and I was with a notebook, right? And I just like thought about what I wanted in life, right? And when I really thought about it, like the stuff I was getting a little like jealous about was not what I wanted in my life, in the end. It was not in my, maybe stepping stones, but like they're not what I want in life. So like figuring out what you want in life helps too.
I think for sure. I think everyone has their own definition of success. So I think that's what I realized too. Because like, what I find fulfilling is what other people find fulfilling. Because they're having like their office jobs. I think what they find fulfilling is like their salary, the benefits that they have from that, and like finding that comfortable life. But for me, I'm just like, I like to make a difference in a sense, you know. And for me, I always tell myself like money ain't that important to me, but I think health wise is way more important. And not just like physical health, but I'm talking about mental health too, and emotional health. So I'm just like, if I'm happy where I'm at right now, being an educator or whatever, then why should I be upset? Or why should I be down about myself that other people are succeeding? I should be happy. I think that's what I'm like telling myself like every day.
It gets better.
Thank you.
I think you need to like start thinking about like you said, everyone has their different, they determine success differently. You should think about how like your success not kind of like compared to other people. Other people might think like 6-figure job, like like having like a big house, blah blah blah, is like success to you. But like you said, making an impact on like maybe a kid's life.
Yeah.
You know,
because
considered.
there's like this one kid right now who gets in trouble so often, right?
Yeah.
Like this guy feels very comfortable talking to me and always comes to me during lunch,
Mm.
and I found that very like that makes me happy.
Yeah, because you're
yeah.
you're impacting.
Because the fact that he feels comfortable enough where he can share stuff with me, I'm just
Yeah.
like, wow, that's dope.
Yeah.
I'm actually like doing something.
Yeah, when you think about
You
it,
know?
maybe that kid doesn't have anyone else that
Exactly.
he shares.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's super important for like especially
or
someone
who's so young
Yeah.
and impressionable, like,
Yeah.
and they're still developing their minds.
They're going through things. They
Yeah.
probably don't know what's
Yeah,
going
a
on
lot
with
of
themselves. Yeah.
a lot of kids turn to the like wrong path because they didn't have someone
Exactly.
that they
turn to,
look up to,
yeah.
someone that they can share their issues with.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, oh, this is what's making me happy.
Yeah.
Like, not a simple paycheck. Of course, a paycheck can make me happy, right? Like a big number.
Yeah.
But I think this stuff makes me a lot more happier.
Exactly.
A lot more happy.
Yeah, I feel like if you just think on that alone.
Yeah.
on that
So
thing.
that's what I'm trying to implement in my mind. I'm like remind myself like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, why are you?
Why am
what's
I
the
here?
reason?
Why did I switch my career?
Like think about the reasons. Think about all the time and effort that you put into to become an
Yeah.
educator. Think about that
Exactly.
more than like, oh, I should have more money. I should do this, blah blah blah. But yeah, you should think about like.
Yeah. It's like,
That's-
I don't really care.
Yeah.
And I don't need a big house anyway. Because I keep
Yeah.
telling myself, like, oh, I need a big house. But I think back, I'm like, I don't need a big house. I'm like a minimalist.
Yeah, you're like,
I don't need much.
yeah. For
In
real.
fact, I'm fine with like an apartment, low key. I'm just
Right.
like, because I
As long as you have a roof over your
As
head.
long as I have a roof over my head, I have a kitchen,
Yeah.
and a bedroom. What more do I need?
Yeah.
Really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm just I think I need to remind myself that every day.
Yeah.
I think that's the hard part.
It's
Like,
hard.
when those thoughts are in, you can't. Like it's hard to like stop yourself. Like
Mhm.
no.
Yeah.
That's what the hard part is. Like
Because social media is so prevalent.
It is.
yeah, and like you gotta be very careful on social media.
Yeah.
And I think I've done a decent job of like, cause like you know the algorithm, right? Dude, I literally watched one video and all of a sudden
Yeah, the entire page.
I watched one.
loaded.
I saw like okay, I'm gonna be honest. I saw this like this girl. She's hot. And I clicked.
Yeah.
I didn't even go to her page. Right? I just clicked on the
Just
photo. I was
to-
like, oh wow. I didn't even like it.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, there's a bunch of girls. I'm like,
That's what happens to
It
me.
just swarms.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like,
Exactly. I looked at one buff woman, right? She was like huge, right?
Yeah.
No, it was full of big buff women. And I'm like, explore page. I was like, what am I doing? What am I looking at? But then I kept on. It's funny how it works though, because I click on it. I'm just like, damn.
and then, yeah, I feel I've done a good job of like just limiting to what I like. Because I think like you, like I always told myself like I'm fine with working at corporate. But like the more I think about it, I'm like fuck, I really don't like corporate. Like I don't know, man. I just hate being.
Yeah.
I feel like with all the recent like tech layovers,
Mhm.
it just reminded me that like I'm like nothing to this company. Like they can be like company, we're a family. Like bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What time are we at right now? We didn't
I
even get to a
can't
positive, really.
I can't see.
It's like positive.
I can't. It's like 53. Do you guys want to go over the positive stuff? You want to make this a long one?
It's up
Do
to
you want to split this into two or?
It's up to you guys. I don't care. Okay, we can split this into two.
Okay.
So we'll end this right here with the negative side.
Yeah.
Our like venting session, like how we feel about growing up now,
Our crisis.
our crises. You know. We hope you guys enjoyed it. If not, whatever.
If not, whatever.
Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, give us
Especially for the part two.
yeah, especially
good stuff.
for part 2. Make sure to give us 5 stars on Spotify.
Yes,
and we'll
sir.
see you guys next time.
Bye.